Hey, I'm Davis Hammond with Loud Light. We are now halfway through the legislative session. Here's what happened the 7th week inside the Kansas State House. Despite House Republicans' attempt to reach the supermajority vote needed to override the governor's veto of the flat tax, 5 Republican legislators voted to sustain her veto and killed the bill that would benefit wealthy Kansans and put the state in a deficit within a few years. An unexpected vote to sustain the veto came from conservative Representative Jacobs, who said the bill didn't do enough for middle-class Kansans. Immediately, Speaker Hawkins retaliated by stripping Jacobs of a committee seat. Such vindictive action by Speaker Hawkins and President Masterson are increasingly common against any legislator who defies them. Representative Jacobs responded to the punishment saying, "They have just shown their true colors of always catering to the lobbyist instead of serving the people. For now, the tax break for the rich is dead, but the debate over what taxes to cut is not." Several anti-abortion bills introduced on behalf of Kansans for Life and Kansas Family Voice are making their way through the legislature, affecting everything from abortion reporting requirements, Kansas tax code, reinstating ultrasound requirements that have been ruled unconstitutional, expanding taxpayer funding for crisis pregnancy centers, and more. Many of these bills aim to establish legal personhood from the moment of conception. Similar laws were used as justification in the recent ruling by the Alabama Supreme Court that frozen embryos are considered children under state law. That decision has caused chaos for patients and providers of fertility care, as many doctors have had to pause IVF treatment in response to the ruling. Earlier this year, Republican leadership vowed to pass more restrictions on abortion at the annual Kansans for Life rally, despite Kansans overwhelmingly voting to block legislators from infringing on the constitutional right to abortion in the August 2022 election. During debate on a drug scheduling bill, an amendment was introduced to decriminalize marijuana in the state of Kansas. House Speaker Hawkins spoke out against the amendment, telling the chamber that there would be a chance to discuss marijuana later, despite no bills being scheduled for consideration this year. Kansas is one of only 4 states in the nation that criminalizes marijuana in all situations, regardless of medical need. A bill passed the Senate this week that would severely undermine public health officials' ability to prevent infectious diseases from spreading. The bill is sponsored by Senator Mark Steffen, a Hutchinson Republican who has been under investigation for prescribing discredited treatments for COVID-19 and is known for promoting conspiracies related to the pandemic. A similar bill passed last year but was vetoed by Governor Kelly, and the legislature did not attempt to override her veto. The bill comes at a time when diseases once thought to be virtually eradicated in the United States, such as measles, have been making a comeback in schools due to lower vaccination rates attributed to misinformation. The legislature is off Monday and Tuesday before returning for a short week of committee work on bills that have passed one chamber and more than 50 bills that have been blessed by the Speaker or Senate President to be exempt from legislative deadlines. 2 big items are hearings on calling a convention of states to change the U.S. Constitution and proposals to ban doctors from even discussing gender-affirming care options with young Kansans and their parents. If you appreciate these videos, please become a sustaining supporter at loudlight.org/donate. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and until next time, thank you so much, Kansas.